Namaste and welcome, beloved mighty companions. Welcome to infinite light of being. The light that lights everyone who's born. So beautiful. I love that Aramaic to English translation of the Bible from Vic Alexander. It's so mystical. When you read it, your heart just, because it captures some of those little nuances in it that Jesus talks about in a New Covenant, or in A Course in Miracles, of course, too. So we start with infinite light, the holy instant. Infinite, holy instant. I love how Jesus, so helpful, just constantly reminding, start with light, infinite, because we can. It's simple to see. The ego pretends we don't see it, but it's easy to see. It's the addiction to consciousness and saying no that we're looking at. But now that the mind is, we've spent the time in the course and on the mind training and miracles, and as those get washed out, there's more and more opening to revelatory experience, Jesus says. More to drop the thoughts, drop the feelings, and drop emotions, if just for a second. I love that with Papaji. It's like, would you just give it a second? Less than a second. And see that it's already happened. The light's already here. Is when we drop, that's the beauty of Advaita, really. It's an invitation, Muji. He's inviting, it's an invitation. And I love that about Muji. It's here, it's here, it's here. Look, 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 look. Look, 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 it's here. Light's already here. The holy instant's here. Heaven's here. It's like, well, where's heaven, Jesus? I'm not kidding. But see that is the play that denies light. And what's also so helpful with Muji is he says it's inspiring. You know, we want to be drawn where we're inspired to keep looking, inspired that we're more than the idea that we think we have of who we are. At least for here, it was so necessary. It's necessary. Now you have these mighties. It's so inspiring to hear. It's inspiring when they talk. And this is what Jesus said. That's so inspiring. You know, you see the gift that everyone's laying on your door. Like, you start paying attention to everything. That's the experience here, like your little radar. Whereas before it was so much rejecting everything and evaluating. And now I just go to Jesus. Okay, Jesus, what's in that? It's like being like a little kid, actually. You feel like a little kid. It's like, oh, okay, what can I see? Not always. Sometimes it's like, I really don't want to look. But you see, you start suffering immediately. But he always pointed, he says, take your true position. Infinite. And as I said many times, Jesus said to me, you're too tolerant. You're tolerating all that miscreation. And he's reminding me again, this need not be. And I see it's all for me to see everything. Because as we've talked about, there is no other. There's an other. There's the one. And then a play within consciousness. It seems like it looks like many. Because of the desire to experience many. You can ask Jesus, Is this a play to pretend like there are many? Are there many? And listen for his answer. Listen for the light's answer. No, there's one, eternal, infinite. As he says in lesson 44 and 189, I loved going to the light. We are the light, but you can use that kind of language at first. He uses that, okay? Just drop everything. That's why they say go empty-handed to God, because our cups are so full of thought, that thought logjam. The thought hairballs in there. The desires are all in a big hairball in there, and we feel like we're clogged. And just know, I'm really grateful because Kelly came in. I'm just so grateful for this mighty companion. Just, they become unspeakably valuable to remind us that we're together, to look together, to see what's true. And it does feel like she was talking about, it does feel sometimes like, well, I'm never going to get it. And like Muji would say, take your true position as the light and see if the light's saying that. Is the light saying, I'm never going to get it? And I love that discernment. Like Muji would say, who's the one who's speaking? Is light saying, I'm never going to, the light's already here, but we forget. So we're here to really just remind each other that salvation has come, the kingdom's here. It's not wanting the kingdom, the desire for something other than God. Jesus, really, this can't be possible that I wouldn't want heaven. But we have to inquire with the light, so it's honesty of God. Okay, let's ask the infinite light of being. Is there a desire below my level of awareness not to be light and have an experience of not being infinite? And hear the answer. Yet, is it possible to be anything other than infinite light? All the answers are in light, infinite light. Jesus, have I already been forgiven? Is forgiveness already happened? It's done. Yet for the one seemingly in the play of consciousness that is determined to say no to itself as light and give the boot to the light outside of awareness, forgiveness is helpful for all of us in the play. So I'm really asking him about, because Kelly was talking about, kind of this looking directly at desires. And I speak about how when you're with Jesus and he's bringing you he's directing the miracle. This is really why we have two pair. Again, just he's reminding me, oh, so much love in that. Two beings coming together to look at each line carefully. Okay, it's like get the maximum juice out of Jesus on every line in chapter 20 together. To let him really, it's like to get the lesson more than you've ever gotten the lesson before, for the desire that he's showing you. And really stay with it. Keep going with them. This is because the ego is going to want to bail early. It really does. It doesn't want to go all the way down to see the relishing. You'll just be really open to Jesus. Oh, show me how much I really want this. Because the face of innocence is to say, no, I don't want this, on the surface. But I can't possibly want hell. But until we admit with honesty of God, yes, I want hell more than I want heaven. And I really want it. And like he says, the tiniest little twitch is a big iceberg worth of hell under there. But as you just practice with them, just practice with them. It'll get clearer and clearer, and I'm asking him, yes. He's saying, yes. Just stay with me, be gentle, be loving, keep asking me. It's another beautiful reminder from Kelly coming in. Yes, we do not know what the miracle is. Don't even pretend like you know it. I'm asking Jesus, yes, do not pretend you know what a miracle is, because you'll be wrong. He's saying you will be wrong. You do not know. And I'm getting the reflection, Kelly coming in, Jesus telling her that. Absolutely do not know what a miracle is. Don't pretend like you know what it is. Don't even think you know when you're having one. Because as I said the other day, when he's telling me, we have to ask him, Jesus, am I ready for the miracle? B, did I have a miracle? That's how determined we are not to have a miracle. And am I ready for a miracle? Meaning, when you're asking that question, is there some other desire not to have a miracle under there I need to look at with you to fully release this from my mind, from the mind? Ego's tricky. It's going to stay right at the surface and, oh, I feel a little better. It's not going to go with him down to go, okay, where's the real itch for the no? Just keep practicing. It'll get deeper every time. And you'll see in your partnering, as you practice and going down, and you see how easy this is, really, because it's below fear. It's like, oh, I want that, Jesus. And as we're just seeing, and he'll say, hold there, hold. Because what it's doing is it's the miracle. It's just the release of the content below our level of awareness, the wanting. See, the infinite light doesn't want. What does the infinite light want? Can you find a want in infinite light? And you can ask them. Let's just ask them. Everyone can speak to them. Jesus. They tease me for saying, I ask them. Let's just ask Jesus. It's so much fun, though. Jesus, is there a desire to experience consciousness below my level of awareness? Do I want that more than an experience of God? You hear the yes. But then you can be playful with them. Ask them, Jesus, are you holding me that I'm playing in consciousness against me? No. Does God hold it against me? No. We're holding it against, am I holding it against myself, Jesus? It's the omission. That really is where the flip occurs. And even then, even when the flip occurs, it's like you still won't want to admit it. Jesus goes, yep. The flip being the full admission that it's a choice to deny the denial, wanting to deny. It really, really, super, really extra ice cream on top, wanting to deny the denial. And wanting the denial more than God. You can ask them, Jesus, do I want denials more than I want God? And that's where he's bringing us to down in the subconscious mind, to the denial of the denial, the wanting of the experience of other. As I said, watching that movie, the zookeeper's wife. And I looked at number of Nazi related movies, and when he really, it's like, oh, it's so helpful. Like when it just got so deeply revealed by him, that want to be hunted, that relishing it, relishing the experience of wanting to hide and be found and get in trouble. That play in consciousness. Now, if we just have a conversation with somebody, yeah, let's just talk about it. And you kind of look at a movie and the Nazis are coming, or, you know, you don't have a conversation about a desired experience in consciousness. That's why this constellation is brought together, so we can really be honest about looking at the relishing, how much those experience. Ask them in movies, Jesus, show me the relishing of this experience, and you'll start feeling it. It's like, I do relish this. I really relish all this, bodies flying all over and being ripped apart, and the face of innocence goes, oh, this is really terrible. Oh, this is horrible. That's horrible. We have to do something about that. But in the she's Dyra, I don't know how she translates. I love you, Dyra. We're like, oh, I had just a little break from our sponsor here, but Dyra was telling me also she's got Jesus's, when she's translating, I'll say a word she doesn't know the Spanish word for, and Jesus gives it to her. She has to go look it up in the dictionary after. Now, come on. To see that it's true. Now that's deep. Anyway, so this is the power of following spirit for sure. He's doing simul broadcasting in 2 languages. It's just but to have it like revealed deeply, be willing to have that relishing. That's the experience here. It just clears this, it frees up so much love that's been stomped down. They have that full-on wanting of being the play in consciousness to be hunted. Jesus, is there a desire below my level of awareness to play hide and seek? Like we thought that game was when we were a kid, you know, and you'd go play and you'd hide behind a tree and it'd be kind of exciting. They're coming to get me. And that's still going on now in consciousness because we love it. But the ego wants to hide, not love it like God loves. It's a different, God doesn't know what that is. Infinite love doesn't know what this relishing of objective experience is. So it's really, he's using the word guarded, unguarded, unguarded. Going naked. You hear it all the time in spirit. Oh man, there's so much love. Just go naked. Like the whole, be like little children on this chat. I mean, yeah, pure. Go naked on the chapter like you've never seen one of those sentences before. And just, you know, be with your partner and let them take you to ground base and keep going. Is it clear, Jesus? And stop when he says stop. That's another thing, because that's another thing I can see that play in consciousness to, you know, the ego gets involved. So he starts the session. He shows which miracles. He tells you when you're ready. He tells you when you're done with the session, and he tells you the next time to meet. And don't let anything stop it. Just like, and let him just complete, because that's his function in the atonement. It's Jesus's function. And when we step off out of that function of letting him control the atonement, that's when it goes catawonky. Ask him, Jesus, when I'm not letting you control all the miracles, does it go catawonky? And also, the joining is for that too. It's so beautiful. Like Kelly and I were just talking about that. It's the willingness of the brothers in this circle. As soon as you're on, I love that. I'm so grateful for Lisa Fair. It's such a good reminder. She says, I have one doubt and I'm joining. To be so tuned in to that doubt, join with me in a moment of light. And so the brother is the representative of just that quick snap and join. And then we're like in there with Jesus. We're in there, we're not playing in consciousness kerfuffle. If we're in kerfuffle, I love all these words. The up in the consciousness, it really means, and he's saying, yes, we do not want to hear him. We're avoiding him. This is for me, just a great reminder. Because when you hear me, he says, you'll feel calm. When you're really with me, you'll feel very calm, he says. Kerfuffle. I love you, Eric. Kerfuffle. Oh my God. That's very humbling. It's really not wanting to hear him when we're unhappy. So he can tell us how much the Father loves us beyond this world. How precious we are beyond any idea of specialness that the world would play. Of the value that our Father has in us. How the Father has everything invested in his Holy Son. So yes, sometimes on the journey, might it arise that it seems like, oh, it's a long time, Jesus, or I'm never getting past it, or boy, I ought to be further along than this, shouldn't I? It's helpful for him. He's reminding me to remember that know which voice is speaking. And yes, with the light circles, is stuff going to come up? You might want, if I ever see a light circle again, but we know what to do now with his join. That's the universal solvent for a sense of personal identity. To come together to see what's joined. And the ego will play those tapes. And you'll see it in chapter 20, where he's saying, he shows that desire of the ego to make it seem difficult or impossible to be light, to wake up. So it's really helpful. Go deep with that with your partner. And listen carefully when you get started. Maybe he wants you to go back. Sometimes, I'm asking him this because this experience here, sometimes it's a couple of days working on something with him. He says, yeah, he's telling, do not underestimate how much you do not want a miracle. Because, yeah, he's reminding me again, if you knew what a miracle was, you'd never deny yourself one. That's direct. It'd be impossible for you to deny them if you really knew what they were. But I'm here to help you make clear to you what a miracle truly is and what's really truly available to you. Yeah, don't know what a miracle is. Yeah, don't know what anything is. Don't know anything about whether you're moving forward or backwards. He's saying that is death right there. One thought, I'm never getting ahead, death. Because see which voice is, let's just do the discernment. Jesus, which voice is saying I'll never get ahead? He said, it's not mine. Thank you for that reminder, Jesus. He's just saying, I'm here with you. Sometimes when he talks to you, we've all seen this, it just turns you to complete mush. You know, when he's speaking through you, it's just because you know that voice comes from so far beyond this world. Yet the play of consciousness is not to speak that voice. Play of consciousness is the infinite, is the finite serpent split tongue, the tongue of two. I'm asking him, can we just like drop that voice? He said, of course you can. It's not yours. He's saying, find out who's actually speaking that voice. Whose voice is speaking? He says, be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself as your Father's kind to you. Your Father's not asking for suffering to wake up. It's a desired experience to have it be difficult to wake up. He keeps reminding me. I'm asking him right now, Jesus, is there any more any more relishing of difficult waking up? I really want to see it. Oh, so much love comes. Just love comes. And you see in this dialogue, love answers becomes a very loving, you get that little love hug, you know, when you go to him, because we're turning into ourselves back to what's true, rather than the involvement in all the little tinker toy world, tinker toy. They're nothing. They're just nothing. You'll see there's nothing. I love that too about Muji. He'd say, it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm telling you. And that's what Jesus is saying. Jesus is one of Jesus's representative. It's nothing. So that's the gig. Here's the gig, basically. So it's like, is this true? We show you the belief. Okay, show me the desire. Show me how much, show me the, just, you know, go ahead, give me the death wish on it. Go all the way down. Just experiment. Like we're like a little kid. No, I just want to see how this, because that's the part we won't want to do, because we want to be in control of the atonement. The more you turn it over to him, the faster it goes. That's just the bottom. Ask him, Jesus, the more I just turn over to you, the faster it goes. And say, okay, I'm willing. I just want to see where the death wish is. And have fun with it. It's not horrible down there. And then just go. And all of a sudden it's like, you go, well, You're looking and you think it's something and it's going to be this big, huge thing, and it may be an energetic release, but then you look down there and what's under it? Nothing. 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 Literally nothing. Nothing under it. It looks like a cardboard box because we like objects, but then when you look at it with him, it's like it folds like a deck of cards. So we're running from nothing. Jesus, am I running from nothing? And here is the answer. So much love. Lay down the swords. He says, lay down the swords. We really like, let me just, and you'll start to see it, you know, it gets funny. So be with the funny. It's like, oh, I think I'll just fall on this one more time. Let me just, excuse me just a minute, Jesus. I'm going to step over here and fall on my sword 3 or 4 more times. Jesus, am I doing that? Ask him. There's just so much love at the slightest call. Infinite, infinite. He says, yeah, be with infinite a bit. Come rest here with me for just a little while. See that infinite light is peaceful. Very peaceful. See infinite? See the holy instant? Is it peaceful? That's not exciting. That's what the ego says. Ask Jesus. Is that what the ego says about infinite light of being? That's kind of like boring, being infinite. How about that one? It also thinks supreme happiness is boring too. That's what he's telling. Is that, yes, he's going, yep. All avoidance. So those words are helpful. Jesus, is this release or holding? What's most helpful? Do I look at something? Just rest? Or is there something I can do? And I talked to him about, you know, if the mind's really screaming a lot, you're not in function. You're not in his assignment. I'm asking him, is it, the experience is like, and a lot of us are seeing that, like you get a prompt at first, and there's at first the screaming and the yelling. But if you accept it and start to move into it and stay in function with them, then you just kind of move through it. It's really taking that pause to let the ego and not just moving into the assignment. You know, take it quick and on his timing. What's the timing of that, Jesus? He's saying, yes, it's for me. You know, he's reminding me, you know, be in the timing with me. And stay with my voice. Stay with my voice. Don't play in the hell game, and just stay with my voice, and it's just so helpful. The moving is not who we are. And he'll tell you, you're playing in the moving. You're going, I'm on a roller coaster ride. What happened? You bought the ticket. So you can ask them, did I just buy a ticket? That's hilarious. Did I just buy that ticket to hell? so we can know that we bought the ticket for hell. Do I need to, can I turn it back in? He's going to say yes quickly. Okay, Jesus. Let's turn all our tickets in and just be loved together. Show me, show me, show me, Jesus. So much love in that. No more hell rides for today. Let's take the rocket ship right on up. He says, I love that. Muji says, stay with your true position, infinite. And you'll start to catch it. You'll catch, this is divine power. Do not get involved in that play of hell. And it falls away more and more naturally as those energies to deny are released into the light. And also discernment comes, you catch it quicker. When reality's on the right, and we just took a left turn into non-reality. Why not now? Like Muji says, why not now? And Jesus says it in a course, why not today, right now? We accept all the love the Father has and cease to play the game of no to God. Thank you for this reminder, Jesus. Thank you for being the light, brothers. Let this be new. Let us be new. That's what love is. It's always new. It's always extending. It loves joining. It loves it. You'll see you love it too. He says, see that you love it. The ego will pretend, oh, I don't like this. I don't want to join. But you will love it. He says you will love it. Because it's a celebration of yourself as whole and complete. It's a celebration of all the love of the Father together. It's infinite. It's outside of this world, wherever two or more are gathered in his name. It's beyond the world. It's pointing straight up to infinite. Amen to that. So much love for all of you from San Juan Coastal, Mexico. So it's coming into mind sometime, I'm not sure in the next couple of days, but it seems like we might have some joinings of the beings that are doing chapter 20 together, the teams, all the teams coming together for joining to share their experiences talking to Jesus with the chapter. How beautiful. So we'll keep you posted on that. Big, big hugs always to all of you blessed beings. Bless mighty companions. Thank you for taking me home.